Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I am talking about tropes that I dislike. This is like my third video on this. I haven't done one in quite some time, but there are a lot of tropes that I don't like. A little while ago I did do a video talking about tropes that I like. That was the first time that I did that, and I will have that linked in the cards and in the description if you are interested. But let's go ahead and get into tropes that I dislike. And I've talked about this one before, but I'm gonna start off with friends to lovers. I absolutely hate this trope. I know that a lot of people really love it. I personally am an enemies to lovers girl. However, I've also noticed that a lot of times when I see friends to lovers, it's in the context of a fantasy novel. It's wrapped up in a love triangle, and oftentimes it has to do with a best friend who feels entitled to the other person, which I do not like. So I think that if I read this in a dedicated romance novel, then perhaps I might end up enjoying it. I think the only time that I've read Friends to Lovers and enjoyed it was Take a Hint, Danny Brown. So I haven't read it often, but there are a couple books on my TBR that I do want to read that I know are Friends to Lovers, so I'm hoping that this can change. The next trope is one that I've also talked about many times because it is a huge pet peeve of mine: miscommunication. Why? We are grown-ass adults. Use your words. If you have a question, ask. Stop jumping to conclusions and find out what actually happened before you make a decision. I especially hate when it's like someone told this person XYZ, or they overheard this but didn't hear the entire conversation. Like, none of this needs to happen. Miscommunication irks me so fucking much, and I feel like it's overused in romance, honestly, and I think that's why I hate it so much. But seriously, can we just kill this trope already? I think it's time for it to go away. In that same vein, I hate third act breakups. Oh my god, they're so annoying, and you can always feel it coming, and then you're just like, this didn't need to happen. And because it didn't need to happen, this book probably could have been 50 pages shorter, and frankly, I'm cool with a short romance. There's really not any reason for a romance to be like 350 pages. Cut that back. Take out that third act breakup with the miscommunication, those 50 pages, you don't need them. Get rid of it. I feel like once the couple overcomes whatever it was that was keeping them apart, when they're finally together and shit's good, let it stay good. We don't need this. There's no reason for it. And I feel like almost every romance that I've read, even the ones that I like, still have some sort of fucking third act breakup. However, I think the one that I hated the least might have been in Get a Life, Chloe Brown, because the second that it happened, Red realized that he fucked up and was like, oh shit, no, I have to fix this, and immediately held himself accountable and started working towards it. And I was like, okay, I like this man. But otherwise, just get rid of it. It's okay. You can let the third act breakup go. We don't need it. So these next two might upset some people, but it's okay. Alpha holes. Not a fan. Not a fan. Alpha Mellow is as far as I'll go, I think. And again, maybe I need to read it a little bit more to see if this is something that can change, but as of right now, I don't want it. I want the cinnamon rolls. I want the golden retriever energy. Just give me that. Take all that other shit out. I don't care. I don't want it. I don't need it. Maybe this will change. Maybe this will change. I do have a lot of romances that I need to read. I've gotten a lot of recommendations. My Kindle Unlimited library is currently full. So maybe it'll change. Maybe I can grow into this one, but as of right now, no thank you. So this last one that I want to talk about today is particular to fantasy romance. I hate the witch hunter romance. I fucking hate it. I'm never going to enjoy it because it honestly pisses me off so much. And if you've seen me talk about Six of Crows in any of my videos, it's the main reason that I don't give a fuck about Matthias. He is the only crow that I hated, and I will forever die on that hill because I'm never going to like him. It just really, really irks me. And I realized this on my second read of Six of Crows, which I think was at the end of last year. I get irritated with the, oh, you're unnatural, you shouldn't exist, blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, I'm disgusted with myself because I like you, even though the reason that I hate you is literally something that you have no control over. Like, you were just born this way, and I just hate you for that. Honestly, it gives me the same vibe as like Nazi romance or slave master romance. Like, why the fuck would I ever want to read that? Like, you hate me for something that I have no control over. This is just how I am. And you hate me for it, and then you hate yourself for loving me, and I'm supposed to want to be with someone who literally thinks that I'm less than human or that I am inferior for whatever reason. I can't get with it. I can't. I think I might have only ever read that in Six of Crows, but I highly doubt that that would ever change. It is truly a trope that is just not for me. So those are all of the tropes that I have to talk about today. If anyone's curious about previous tropes that I've discussed, it's love triangles, girl hate, the she doesn't know she's pretty until a guy tells her, any sort of tokenism. I took age gap off the list. I talked about that in my tropes I like. The hot for teacher romance is a no for me. Insta love, not like other girls, and I'm secretly in love with my best friend. Although that could also be one that changes if people just fucking communicate and use their words like adults. But for now, those are all of the tropes that I hate. Let me know how you feel about these tropes, if you agree with me, if you feel differently, if you have recommendations for any of these, except Witch and Witch Hunter. I don't care. I'm not changing my mind on that one. But let me know how you feel about these. Otherwise, that's all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.